The truth is that every single one of us is carrying untapped power within, yet most of us are living far beneath the level of our potential. We are conditioned to think that our reality is fixed, that our past defines us, and that our future is an extension of what has already been. But the truth is, the future is not something you wait for, it's something you create. The greatest secret hidden in plain sight is that your thoughts and emotions are shaping your life in every moment, and when you learn how to harness that, transformation becomes inevitable. Think about it, how many times have you woken up and immediately replayed yesterday's problems? You start the day in the same emotional state, thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, and producing the same results. That cycle convinces you that life is repetitive, that change is slow, and that breakthroughs are rare. But the truth is, you are not a prisoner of your past. You are a creator of your future, and your biology, your brain, and even your energy respond the moment you decide to step into a new identity. Most people don't realize that the mind doesn't know the difference between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. When you focus on a future vision with absolute clarity and emotional intensity, your brain begins to rewire itself as if that reality is already happening. Your body follows suit, producing the same chemical signals that it would if you were actually living that new life. In other words, you begin to teach your body what your future feels like, and once the body knows, the mind cannot deny it. This is why some people create rapid transformations while others stay stuck. The ones who break free understand the power of alignment, thoughts, emotions, and actions all synchronized toward a vision greater than their current environment. They no longer let circumstances dictate how they feel. Instead, they use how they feel to dictate what circumstances they are willing to accept. The truth is, reality is not as solid as we've been told. At the most fundamental level, it is energy, and energy responds to focus. Where you place your attention is where your energy flows, and where your energy flows is what you grow. If you constantly focus on fear, limitation, and doubt, you create more experiences that validate those emotions. But when you choose to focus on abundance, possibility, and gratitude, you literally alter the frequency you are living on, and life begins to meet you at that level. People often wonder why gratitude is so powerful, but it's because gratitude is the signal that tells your body and mind that the future has already arrived. You cannot feel grateful for something unless you believe it is real. So when you practice gratitude for the future you are creating, you collapse the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Suddenly, opportunities appear, synchronicities align, and what once seemed impossible becomes undeniable. The truth is also uncomfortable because it demands responsibility. It's much easier to blame circumstances, other people, or the past than it is to admit that your inner state is shaping your outer world. But the moment you take full ownership of your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions, you step into true power. You stop waiting for someone to save you, and you become your own rescue. This is why so many who once felt broken, lost, or stuck in suffering have risen into new levels of health, wealth, and joy. They realized that the mind and body are not separate. And that healing begins when you stop replaying the emotional story of your pain. The moment you shift into a new emotional state, love instead of resentment, freedom instead of fear, you are no longer the same person, and your body begins to respond to that change. Cells rejuvenate, the brain lights up in new ways, and the heart begins to emit a signal that draws in matching experiences. The truth is that you were never meant to live a life of survival alone. You were designed to create, to evolve, and to expand. But you can't create the life of your dreams with the same mind that created the life you want to leave behind. You have to step into the unknown, and that requires trust, not in the external world, but in the infinite intelligence within you. Every great transformation begins with a decision, and that decision is always the same: to stop rehearsing the old version of yourself and to begin rehearsing the new. To stop letting the outer world dictate the inner one, and to let the inner world shape the outer. The truth about all of this is not complicated, it's simple, yet most people ignore it because it requires consistency, discipline, and courage. But for those who embrace it, life stops being ordinary and starts becoming extraordinary.
I never